Bang! Needs Knives, I'm Jared, and today we're checking out a new Miguron, and this thing is an absolute beast. Also, recently I showed this new Am8 knife, because Miguron and Am8, you know, are from the same factory. And this is the Gladiator, which I do have the titanium version up, but this is the new budget version. So if you like the look of the Gladiator, check out the budget version. Really nice micarta, 14C28N, beautiful clip point blade, great ergonomics, nice sharpening choil and plunge grind, beautifully done. The thumb stud action is amazing, mixed with the thumb stud action. The thing's great. This is a solid knife and a solid user. They've been doing some very hard use, thick, robust monster knives or tank of knives, and this is another one. This is the Nagain. Now the Nagain has a double clip point. If you see a double clippy clip point blade with a dual grind, so it's a hollow grind here and a flat grind here. Very thick blade stock thickness, M390 steel. And you got this nice fuller, nice deep fuller with fullers inside of it for a little aesthetics. The handle is titanium. I actually like these carbon fiber inlays. They're contoured. They do bubble up slightly, so they have a nice texture to them, and I like the fibers, how they look. Now on this side, they didn't put the fibers. I kind of wish they would have put at least one here and one here. You could have even, maybe you couldn't have put one there, but you could have put one here and one there. Titanium milled pocket clip, titanium backspacer, and look at how thick this thing is. This thing is thick as a brick. So that blade is very heavy, but for thick as a brick, it's not really long. However, personally for me, this is like a perfect grip back here, and that's without choking up. Once I choke up, obviously I have plenty of room, but this little spot right there, for my hand, is perfect size. Like this finger, my finger fits perfectly right there, kind of leans forward. This spot right there sits in my hand real nicely. It's comfortable. It's comfortable in the hand. Access to the lock bar is great. When you have this thick of a blade, it's kind of hard not to be great, but they did still put a chamfer. You can see the detent right there because how thick the blade is. There's so much of a gap right here. You can see the steel lock bar insert and the detent ball right there. And this thing basically just drops. It's not even broken in yet. This thing is going to be a damn guillotine. It's already damn near a guillotine, but I mean, it's gonna, after this thing breaks in, the detent breaks in, it's just gonna drop like nothing. It's gonna slam, actually. The weight of the blade is going to very much slam down after it's broken in. The hole or the fuller is really easy to get to. It has a nice edge on it, so it's easy to go from the bottom, or the top is, the detent's a little strong for the top, but you can get it in the middle right here on this little seam right there. Right there, you can get it right there. Feels really good. Thumb flick, also really good. They, you know, like I said, the edge is really nice. Plenty of traction. It does have jimping on the spine here, which is nice sharp jimping. So if you're going to have it, at least, you know, it's relatively sharp. We'll talk about more about the blade here in 1 second. I want to talk about the clip. The clip, you know, I wish that Miguron would start doing more with their clips, because this is a big tank of a knife. So you expect to see this in jeans, not in slacks. There's just not, I mean, there's plenty of room for just regular jeans, regular Levi jeans, it's fine. But as soon as you get thicker jeans, this is very tight. You can see how narrow the space is right there. He puts it right on, or they put it on top of the cutouts. I wish the cutouts were on the inside, and I wish the clip was raised higher. At the very least, if you're gonna keep these on the outside, that's fine. Raise your clips up just a little bit. Get some room under there, especially for a big knife like this. This isn't a knife for slacks. Like I said, regular jeans, it's just fine. So to the 99% of people, it's not gonna matter. But a lot of people that are gonna wanna carry a knife like this probably, or could possibly have thicker jeans. the blade. The blade is going to function really well. The tip is up a little bit higher than I usually want. It's a little bit higher than center of the pivot, but it's still easy to get to. And you have a nice thick, robust belly right there. So if you needed to do some light batoning or some light impact right there on that nose, it should be plenty thick for it, even with M390 steel, which is not a tough steel. But when you get it this thick, it's going to be tough. And then this is plenty thin for slicing. They did a decent job with the edge. It's, you know, fairly sharp. I typically want a little bit of a lower angle, but in this case, it's not horrible. And, you know, and it should, you know, if you resharpen it at the same angle, you know, it'd probably be just fine. But after you, most people are going to reprofile to a lower angle, so, which would make it much sharper. As far as lefties go, you can use it because you can put your finger on the clip, but the clip is not reversible though, so I don't think that matters. T8 hardware all the way around. Love to see that, except for the pocket clip, it looks like. Oh no, they are. Oh wait, these are T10s, ain't they? See that? So we have overbuilt hardware here. I am a huge fan of that. Give me the biggest hardware you can possibly give me, especially on something girthy like this. So we have a nice big pivot. It looks like a T12. These look like T10s, and then this is a T8. So it may be T9. Either way, they're bigger than T8. That's all I'm going to say. So that's awesome. Love, love, love to see that. When you get a beast of a knife like this, something nice, thick, and robust, which Miguron has a few knives of, you know. I'll show a couple of them here. You know, they do a good job with their thick, robust knives. They do a really good job. And they're tough. They're reasonably priced, you know, when you consider how much materials you have here, and then all the machining, because they do a ton of machining to bring down the weight. So for the amount of materials used, this is actually relatively light, and the action's really good. There's a lot going for these, especially for the price. They do a damn good job for the value. Listen to this lockup. Even with a very slow lockup, nice engagement. I love that snap. Reassures that it is nice and solid, and it's absolutely solid. It's like a damn bank vault. Love to see that. So yeah, all in all, I like it. My biggest complaint is just this clip. I wish it had more room underneath it. It'd be cool if all the hardware was one hardware, like all T10 or all T2, whatever this is, just make it all the same. If you couldn't do that, then just make them all T10. Other than that, you know, the sharp control and plunge grind, I'm not going to complain about it too much, but, you know, it would be nice if this was moved back, because it plunges down. So it starts here and it ends about right there. So you don't have a lot of life, especially with a thick edge like this. It's going to probably create a smile after the second or third sharpening. But hey, at least you got a couple sharpenings in. But not really a lot of negatives here. This thing's really, really cool. The one thing is you do want to be careful, because this is so thick right here that you could slip your finger down there and cut yourself on this part. It might have been cool to increase the choil to about right here, so that one, it was bigger, but then also, again, the plunge grind, the edge would start out farther away from the plunge grind, but I don't think it'll be an issue, you know, as long as you're aware of it when it's in your pocket, you know. I typically don't put things at the bottom of my pocket when I have my knife, but if I did, you know, I'd just be aware of that. Anyways, there you guys go. Work hard, stay tough. Until next time, peace.